Hey everyone, this is David with Security Dealer Marketing. And in today's whiteboard session, we'll be discussing a commonly asked question of us, which is who are we and what do we do? So, we are a design and marketing agency that exclusively focuses within the security industry. The reason why that's important is you're not having to spend countless hours explaining to us what you do, who your customers are, what's important to them, what's the difference between access control, CCTV, and all of that, etc., so on and so forth. As far as the services that we provide, we are truly a full service marketing agency, and I'll cover all of the services a little more in detail here in just a couple of minutes. But regardless as to which service you are inquiring about and you need some assistance with, we always like to start off by reviewing your brand and making sure that your brand is speaking towards your audience. We want to make sure that your brand is effective as possible. On the other hand, if you're a new startup and you're in need of some assistance with creating your brand and making sure that you've got the right brand strategy, we're able to help you to do so with creating that of a logo, stationery, collateral, business cards, all things along those respects. Now, jumping into some of the other services, right out of the gates, the pillar, or what we always like to focus on initially, is going to be that of your website. And before I actually jump into the website, I want to make sure that everyone understands. I'm going to briefly touch on all of our services, but in future whiteboard sessions, I'll actually dig more so into the brand, more so into the website, and so on and so forth, and all of the other services, and we'll heavily focus and really, dig into those a little deeper. So jumping back into the website is so incredibly important to make sure that when someone goes to your website, you're professional, your navigation's easy to understand, you've got clear call to actions, and all of that good stuff. So for example, someone's on your website and they are looking through the services, they find a little about what they're looking for, and they want to reach out to you. Ultimately, we want to make sure that they're reaching out to you, by either filling out a form, or there's a phone number that's prominently positioned on every single page of your site. And ultimately, the website itself is meant to be a tool for your sales team, and not just a brochure or something stagnant, but something that's interactive that aids your sales team to drive more customers. So with that said, moving on to SEO and PPC. SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization, which is merely optimizing your website for the search engines. So when someone does a search for what you do, you want to make sure that you show up at the top of the results. Whereas PPC stands for pay-per-click. It's also known as AdWords within Google, and that's going to be across the top on the right-hand side. And then also is going to be the maps/places. So the SEO is going to be focused on that of the organic/the natural, as well as other types of techniques for the maps/the places. And a quick scenario as to how this would transition traffic into your website is a potential customer would do a quick search on their favorite search engine. They do a search for what they're looking for locally in their area, and they see your listing, click on your listing, jump onto your website, they fill out a form or pick up the phone and dial into your sales team directly. Moving on to the e-newsletter, it's so incredibly important to communicate with your prospects and your current customers. For example, with an e-newsletter, someone, as this is sent out to your list as to your email list, someone will either click on a link within your newsletter and go to your website and possibly, reach out and call your team and or fill out a form, or within your newsletter will be a prominently positioned phone number as well, and they can dial directly into your sales team as well. Now, moving on to print and ads. So, as I mentioned earlier, we truly are a full-service marketing agency, and not only can we design all of the various type of brochures, trifold brochures, door hangers, things in this respect, presentation folders. Not only can we design them, but we also have the capability of printing them as well. So from the ads perspective, let's say, for example, you're working with that of a local, maybe you've got billboards or what have you local in your area that you'd like for us to design for you, or you've got various smaller trade shows within your chamber of commerce or things along those respects. You need some like a miniature trade show booth. We not only have the capabilities of helping you design that to make sure that your brand strategy is included within the ads, but you've got clear call to actions and it's easy to understand for your customers and all that good stuff. So moving on to reputation, it's so incredibly important. How many of us today research companies that we're looking to do business with? Maybe, we're looking for an attorney, or, we're just looking for someone for a new service that we need some assistance with. Well, our customers are doing the same things within our security business, and they're researching us. I challenge you to do a search at your favorite search engine and see as to what's being said about you. So we've got actual campaigns in play. We can put an e-newsletter campaign specifically that's going to be geared towards happy customers within your list, and send them an actual email that makes it very, very simple for them to literally click on a link and type and share their experience with you, so that we can aid your reputation management and make sure that any negative feedback that's being stated about you is being pushed down within the results. Lastly but not least is going to be that of social media. And with social media, many of us know that Facebook and Twitter, YouTube, all of these social media conglomerates, we all know that they're important, but we may not know exactly why they're important and how they can help our business. So social media is a great way to interact with our current customers and with potential customers, and just to merely answer questions, interact with them, and ultimately it's a great way to generate leads and drive more traffic to your website, and or have, let's say for example with a PERS system, let's say for example, I'm going to make some fictitious names up here. Let's say Peggy Sue's calling about her mother Molly, or not calling, but she's asking some questions about how a PERS system works, or what have you. I mean, these are very easy ways for your customer service or for your salespeople to answer some of these questions that they're not familiar with, how these certain systems, or maybe it's a security system for a loved one or what have you, or for a business. It's a great way for you to interact locally within your area, and there's even targeting capabilities so you can target locally within the area that you service. So all in all of the services that we work with are meant to work with that of your sales team, because when this is all said and done, this is not about a website or print or reputation or brand. This is all about how can we generate more leads and improve your bottom line. So with as far as our whiteboard sessions are concerned, we'd love some feedback, and if you've got a particular topic that's really important to you that's maybe not on this list, or there's been something that's been bugging you from the marketing perspective that you'd like for us to cover, send us an email to whiteboard@securitydealermarketing.com, and we'll be able to cover that as quickly as possible. And also, to be notified of when new whiteboard sessions are available, sign up for our list, and we will notify you immediately when our next new whiteboard session is available. Thanks so much for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you in the next whiteboard session.